Okay. Last looks. So last looks is a thing we're doing here at the end of every episode of General Meeting with Becky Sloviter. That is a bit of a celebration, appreciation of pop culture, and a bit of a remembrance to some degree. Okay. So in order, what is your favorite movie of all time? I do know the answer to this, and I can't wait
I know,
for you to talk about
but
this.
honestly, that is such a hard question to ask a movie person.
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny. One of my guests the other day said, well, that's the scariest question you could ever ask a person.
It's really like,
It's
you know what I
true.
mean? Because I think like for us, like different movies have meant different things at different times. And I've certainly watched other movies more or less, but I would say if I'm picking one,
Yes,
which you know,
I do.
Funny Girl, which is a movie my dad showed to me before I can even remember.
In order, what is your favorite movie of all time?
I know,
and
but honestly, that is such a hard question to ask a movie person.
One of my guests the other day said, well, that's the scariest question you could ever ask a person.
It's really like,
It's
you know what I mean?
true.
Because I think like for us, like different movies have meant different things at different times. And I've certainly watched other movies more or less, but I would say if I'm picking one, Funny Girl, which is a movie my dad showed to me before I can even remember. But and it always was, it sort of became like the theme to my life. And I listened to Don't Rain on My Parade when I when I used to drive to pitches, but when I used to drive to big auditions or pitches, I literally would listen and I would sing along and I would shout it. I walked down the aisle to it. You know, that song just builds me up and reminds me that no, I'm going to keep doing and I'm going to keep going. So yeah, so Funny Girl that's the long answer to the very, very tough question.
It is so hard.
That's the one.
Okay. You are stranded on a deserted island. What 2 albums do you have with you to maintain your sanity until you are rescued?
When I was in high school and college, like I saw Dave Matthews 6 times and I love Dave, but like, that's not the album I would bring. And I would say that like, as my tastes have evolved, I'm going to cheat a little.
Please do.
And say that I would bring a best of the 90s album.
Ooh.
Because that's honestly what I listen to the most. So if I can, I would choose like a 90s best of.
Yes, like a compilation.
Yeah.
Great.
And then I would actually choose, and I don't have the name of one, but like a jazz thing. That's what I listen to when I write is jazz. It's so funny because because you write alone, so no one knows.
No, I was going to say, I don't know this about you.
Recently, Jen, who's my partner, Jen,
the great
called
Jen
me,
Ray.
and I hate having a phone to my ear, so I'm often on speakerphone, and most of the time I'll certainly stop my music if I'm talking, but I guess I didn't. And she was like, are you listening to jazz? And I was like, oh yeah, I listen to jazz when I write.
Wait, Jen didn't even really
know.
Right.
And like only really Seth knows because he's in the house when I'm doing it, and like would walk in the house and it'd be, but like,
wow.
Do
you have favorite artists?
Well, what's funny is, and you'll laugh, but I feel like I got into it. This is very funny. At the end,
can't even give a straight face.
So embarrassing. Oh, I'm gonna now blush because I'm laughing so hard about it. At the end of Runaway Bride.
Yes.
When Richard Gere proposes to Julia Roberts, he plays It Never Entered My Mind.
Yes.
So that was the first time I heard a jazz song. And I was like, I love this. And so that was the first jazz road I walked down.
Yeah.
And so I won't do this and I'll often just go on Spotify and there's cajillion playlists.
Yeah.
But we'll say 25% of the time, I will create a radio station based on that song.
I love it. But that's the power of music. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that it came from a movie.
And the reason I would bring that on a deserted island is because I can listen to jazz over and over again.
Yeah.
And hear it differently every single time.
That's what's incredible about jazz.
And that's why I can write to it.
I had a boyfriend in college who was a jazz musician.
Yeah.
And was tried to explain. I was like, so you don't listen to lyrics?
No, I can't.
Because I'm so obsessed with lyrics. And like, if I like a song, I'm learning all the lyrics.
Sure.
Putting it on repeat like a
And I do that too.
Yeah.
And boy, did I drive my college roommate crazy. Sorry, Shayla, if you listen to this.
Shayla.
Yeah.
That's where you got the name.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
But jazz,
there's something really magical about jazz.
And because it's not, repetitive or whatever, it's and because I'm writing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Books.
Yep.
What is either your favorite book ever
Yeah.
or a book you've read lately that has really stayed with you and you'd recommend?
currently, so Seth and I do pottery.
Yep.
And we listen to podcasts or books when we're doing pottery a lot of time. We listen to music too, but a lot of 90s. But
90s on 9,
we
guys.
really do. But currently, I will say I had never read this book, which is crazy because I had to read a good amount of filmmaking books in college.
Yeah.
But I'd never read the Sidney Lumet filmmaking book.
Yes.
And so we're listening to that.
What's it called? On Filmmaking?
I think it's On Filmmaking.
Yeah.
We have
He's
about
incredible.
45 minutes left. The guy that reads it is not Sidney, but he's great.
Which is, I was going to say, sometimes that's a bummer when it's
Yeah.
not the author reading it. And sometimes
He has a great,
even better.
he's like a great New York kind of
Yeah, he
old timey
is.
kind of guy. So like he
Yes.
captures it well or
I
whatever.
love it.
I might listen to it again as soon as we're done.
Oh,
It's
wow.
there are so many things I feel like I'm like learning and thinking about. And as I'm like, knock on wood, hopefully gonna
Yes.
direct another movie soon.
I
God,
think you are.
please.
I have a good feeling.
I love it so much. I'm not a huge like sit with a book in my lap. I think because I sit with a laptop in my lap all day and write.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I want Vanderpump.
Yeah. This is a perfect segue, actually, to the TV question. And you are not the first person to call out Bravo, we'll say.
Yeah.
What's some TV that you're watching now that you're loving and doesn't have to be current necessarily, in addition to Vanderpump?
Yeah. I mean, so sadly, Vanderpump is over. So we are watching The Valley, which just ended. We're in the midst currently of the reunions, which are top-notch television.
Highly recommend.
But I'm also inject into my veins The Gilded Age and The Buccaneers. Like,
Oh, great. I haven't watched either of these. I hear
my
the best things
God.
about The Gilded Age. Okay.
do
and The
yourself a favor.
Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers, which is based on a novel from, gosh, is it an Edith Wharton novel? I think that's right.
So The Buccaneers.
So The Buccaneers, it's basically like young women at like the end of the 1800s, like I think it's like 1890 something or whatever, and they're wealthy New York debutantes who go to England to marry the lords and sort of save their like failing estates or whatever, and like bring their new New York money. And
this is
it's
great.
Bridgerton-esque in that like they play current music,
Yep.
but it's not quite as like mix of contemporary and old, but it's-
Contemporaneous in that way, but okay. Got
Oh
it,
boy!
got it.
Like I watched. It came out yesterday.
I mean,
I don't
Inject into your veins.
inject.
I
into my
am
veins.
taking
I
this very
cannot-
seriously.
Both of them, and the Gilded Age. I mean, Carrie Coon. Oh my God!
Carrie Coon can do no wrong ever. She is perfect in every way, in
She's a goddess,
everything
a
she does.
goddess.
She truly is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
These are amazing recommendations. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you so
doing
much. This was excellent. You're a natural host, Brene Brown. Watch out.
Oh my God.
We love you, Brene.
That's how we'll end the podcast today. I'm just passing out on the couch. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, so nice.
General Meeting with Becky Sloviter is hosted and executive produced by me, Becky Sloviter.